So now I invite Mrs. Medha Shrikant Limay to speak on the use of Bhuta Sankhya object numerals in Lilavati of Bhaskaracharya.
Namo Namaha. The title of my paper is Use of Bhuta Sankhyas, Object Numerals in Lilavati of Bhaskaracharya. I will begin with numerical notations in Sanskrit. Numbers have been an important medium of counting since primitive times, and the base of number system was 10 in many ancient civilizations. In India too, the first 9 natural numbers, 10, and several powers of 10 were denoted by words since Vedic period. Sanskrit words for first 9 natural numbers are Ek, Dvi, Tri, Chatur, Pancha, Shat, Sapta, Ashta, and Nava. The words for groups of 10 are found in the Rig Veda. The system of naming the notational places, these groups of 10, Dasha, Vyusha, Triushat, Chatvarimshat, etc. The system of naming the notational places increasing successively in the ratio of 10 was also developed at that time. In the Taittiriya Samhita, the list is found up to 12th power of 10, and the names are Eka, Dasha, Shata, Sahasra, Ayuta, Niyuta, Prayuta, Arbuda, Nyarbuda, Samudra, Madhya, Anta, and Parartha. The continuity of this tradition is seen in the works of later mathematicians. Aryabhatta names 10 notational places. Mahaviracharya names 24 places. Sridharacharya, Sripati, and Bhaskaracharya enumerate 18 numeral denominations, and Mahaviracharya gives names of 24 places. Now in Lilavati, we find these 18 notational places. And Bhaskaracharya says they are Vyavaharartham Krutaha Purvaihi. As regards this, Al-Biruni points out, no nation got beyond 1,000. The Arabs too stopped with the 1,000. Those, however, who go beyond the 1,000 in their numerical system are the Hindus. They extend the names and orders of the numbers until the 18th order for religious reasons. The mathematicians being assisted by the grammarians with all kinds of etymologies. Now, further, 0 was included in this numerical system, and the idea of decimal place value developed in India with the value of the places in a right to left order. In spite of these developments, there was difficulty in denoting very big numbers in astronomical and mathematical texts with them. To overcome this difficulty, alphabets were used by Aryabhatta to denote numbers. But most of the later chronograms formed according to his system were very difficult to pronounce and remember, so probably the system was not accepted by later mathematicians. Hence another method was put to use to represent numbers, namely Bhuta Sankhya system. It's a method of expressing numerals with words having symbolic meaning in Sanskrit. In this system, numbers are expressed by names of things or concepts which connote numbers. This paper investigates how Bhaskaracharya has made use of Bhuta Sankhyas, object numerals, in his treatise Lilavati. Now we come to the historical background of this system. According to Datta and Singh, Bhuta Sankhya system was devised in India in the early centuries of the Christian era. It had its roots in Sutra literature. In Katyayana Shrauta Sutra, the names of the meters Gayatri and Jagati have been used to denote numbers 24 and 48 respectively. Vedanga Jyotisha has many words for numerals. Use of this system is also found in Sanskrit chronology of inscriptions and manuscripts. In Prasadi, while giving the definitions of meters, the caesura was given by using word numerals. But early usage of this system was without place value. It was used with place value notation in early astronomical texts. In early astronomical texts like Surya Siddhanta and Brihad Samhita of Varaha Mihira. Brahmagupta Bhaskara I Mahaviracharya and Sripati used this system extensively in their texts, and Bhaskaracharya followed this tradition. Now, advantages of using Bhuta Sankhya's in mathematical texts. This system of metonymic expression of numbers was quite suitable for number-centric disciplines like mathematics and astronomy. Most of the Sanskrit texts were composed in verse form, and a common feature of mathematical works was the use of various suitable meters. The metrical verse form was close to music, and it helped a lot for memorization through recitation. Great variety of synonymous words in Sanskrit containing different number of syllables referring to a particular object could be employed to denote a particular number by using the Bhuta Sankhya system. Although metrical convenience was the prime reason behind developing this system, it served another purpose of bringing together mathematics and culture. Various familiar concepts from mythology, Vedas, Puranas, and environment were utilized for object numerals. The use of object numerals indirectly helped to enrich pupils with our history and culture while learning mathematics. Moreover, the Bhuta Sankhya system had a mnemonic value, as it is always easier to remember numerical data with object names. It helped in conserving the text with better accuracy. Regarding this passage, Kane PV in History of Dharmashastra says, this was a very reliable method when in astronomy huge figures had to be employed and works were not printed but only copied by hand. In ancient times, the writers of manuscripts might often omit zeros or other figures, but if words with a fixed meaning in relation to numbers were used, they would not be so easily dropped, and as many works were metrical, the omission of a word, if any, might have been far more easily detected. Now, methods of using Bhuta Sankhya's in mathematical texts. It is observed that various innovative methods of using Bhuta Sankhya's are found in mathematical and astronomical texts. Single words indicating a digit were commonly used, but sometimes a single word denoted a two-digit number too. Appropriate words were placed one after the other with place value to form long numbers and read from right to left as per the principle Ankanam Vamato Gati. Sometimes a compound of object numerals and usual numerals was conveniently used. Bhaskaracharya has employed all these varieties in Lilavati. Now I have listed Bhuta Sankhya's used in Lilavati and I have classified them. The following classification of Bhuta Sankhya's in Lilavati will give the idea about the variety of words used by Bhaskaracharya to denote numbers. Now, in this classification, some Bhuta Sankhya's are related to astronomy and calendar. Vedic and Puranic deities and concepts are also used as Bhuta Sankhya's. Word numerals means Bhuta Sankhya's related to philosophy are found, and miscellaneous concepts are also used as word numerals. You will see in the table Bhuta Sankhya's related to astronomy and calendar. Kha, Nabha and Abra meaning the sky for 0, Indu, Chandra and Ku meaning the earth for 1, Go, that is planets, for 9, Dik for 10. In some mathematical texts sometimes it occurs for 8 also, but in Lilavati I found it for 10. Tithi is for 15, Bha, the constellations, is for 27. Then Vedic and Puranic deities and concepts are so many. Yama, a pair, for 2, Agni, fire, for 3, and also Rama for 3. Sagara, Abdi, Ambodhi, all synonyms for ocean, for 4, and also Veda for 4. Ishu, Bana, and Shara for arrow, that is Madana's arrows, or 5. Then Ashva, Turaga, sun's horses, for 7. Adri and Shaila, 7 Kulachalas or mountains, that concept, 7. Kumbhi is for elephant, Ashtadikpala. Then Vasu is also a group of 8 deities, that is why Vasu is for 8. Rudra, Madanari and Isha, synonyms of Shiva, because Shiva has 11 forms, that is why all these are for 11. Surya, Arka, Tigmakara, Divakara and Ravi, they occur for 12 Adityas, concept of 12 Adityas. Vishve Devas are Vishwa, that is found for 13. Indra, Manu and Shakra, that Manvantara's idea, and 14. That is why they are found for 14. Then some are related to philosophy, Guna, Sattva, Raja and Tama. That is why 3 is for Guna. Guna is for 3. Yuga, age or era, that is 4. Bhuta, Pancha Mahabhutas, therefore Bhuta comes for 5. Jina, 24 Tirthankaras, that is why 24. Tattva, according to Sankhya philosophy, there are 25 tattvas. So Tattva is for 25. Yuga goes in astronomy, but that names of that Dwapara and Treta, and that is why I classified here. Yeah, it can be taken there. Now miscellaneous concepts, Netra, Lochana means human body related. I is for 2. Rasa is for 6. Swara in music, that is for 7. Anka, 9 digits, so 9. And Nanda also, Nanda kingdom, that is why. Then Rupa, 16, Mahajana Padas and kings related to them, so 16. Dhruti, Atidhruti and that one Utkruti all are from prosody. Nakha, nails, that is for 20. And Danta, teeth, that is 32. So this is just classification. Now I come to the next point. That is how Bhaskaracharya has made use of this system in his Lilavati. Bhaskaracharya displays high literary skill in Lilavati. Various metrical forms such as Malini, Shardula Vikriditam, Shikharini and Vasanta Tilaka have been used by him in Lilavati. So object numerals were very suitable for such elegant Aksharagana Vrittas. Bhaskaracharya had a wide vocabulary, so he has used a variety of object numerals related to many branches of culture. He has used some uncommon word numerals too. For instance, the words Arka, Divakara, Surya, Ravi used by him are commonly found for the number 12. But the word Tigmakara is a rare word meaning the sun having sharp rays. Similarly, the word Kumbhin for elephant, Kumbhin meaning elephant for 8 is not very common in mathematical texts. Also, the words Atidhruti and Utkruti denoting 19 and 26 respectively are uncommon. Although Bhaskaracharya has taken full advantage of the Bhuta Sankhya system, he has used the system wisely and selectively. He was not only a mathematician but also a good teacher. His book is written following the traditionally important maxim, proceed from the easy to the more difficult. The topics discussed in the first half of Lilavati are comparatively easier, and the numerical examples too are composed in simple language, so he has seldom used object numerals in those topics. He has not used object numerals where it was possible to use usual number term. It indicates that he did not wish to make the text obscure for young learners with complicated language. In definitions of measurement units, paribhasha, only in the table for measurements for gold, he uses the word Indra for 14. That verse is given there. Tulyayavabhyam kathitatra gunja vallastrigunjo dharanancha teshtau gadyanakastadvayamindra tulyai vallaistateko dhataka pradishtah. That verse. Then in the chapters on 8 operations on numbers, the word Divakara is the only word found in a numerical example on multiplication where the multiplier is 12. It is in Shardula Vikridita. Bale bala kurangalola nayane lilavati prochatam panchatre kamita divakara guna anka katisyuryadim रूपस्थान विभाग खंड गुणने कल्पासि कल्याणिनी छिन्नास्तेन गुणेन ते च गुणिता अंका कतिस्युर्वद कल्यासिनी. Oh, in some texts I got kalpasi kalyani. Okay. Then one more point. He has also made efforts to search for some words in which some mathematical operation like squaring, adding or subtracting is involved. For example, he uses the word panchakruti, meaning square of 5 for 25, or shatatrayasya trihina for 297, and where subtraction is found, and panchottarasya ayuta for 10,005, where addition is shown, 10,000 plus 5. Bhaskaracharya has used the Bhuta Sankhya system, particularly in the second half of his book. The first instance of object numerals on a large scale is found in the chapter on mixtures. There, while giving the numerical problems based on the formulae to find weight and fineness of gold, he has used several object numerals in 3 numerical problems. You can see there, especially last 2 problems. It is remarkable that all these numerical examples occur in the same mathematical topic and contain similar style of language, especially those 2. Dashesha varna vasunetra masha adnyat varnasya shadet dekye jatam sakhe dvadashakam suvarnam adnyat varnasya vada pramanam, and in the same manner, second one. Now in geometry part, Bhaskaracharya has composed some verses in the geometry section where he has freely used object numerals in some verses. A typical instance can be mentioned to illustrate the ease with which he has used the object numerals in a geometrical formula giving lengths of the sides of a regular polygons of sides 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 inscribed in a circle of diameter 1,20,000 units. Now the diameter he gives kha 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 bhrarka sambhakte, that word, and you can see here what that it for conserving the text with accuracy, this type of language or this type of use is very useful, and this advantage is seen particularly in this verse. As the verse contains big numbers consisting of 5 or 6 digits, the system was extremely suitable for expressing the numerical data. Another example is a numerical problem on cyclic quadrilateral in which only one numerical value is given as shatatrayam. Shatatrayam meaning 300. For all other numerical values, Bhaskaracharya uses Bhuta Sankhya's. He has used the word Khashtayama, in which 3 different words have been used, Ka plus Ashta plus Yama. I have shown them. For 280, Ka denotes 0, Ashta is usual numeral for 8, and Yama denotes 2. Remaining numbers are denoted by typical object numerals. Bhaskaracharya has used Tattvendu, Tattva plus Indu for 125. Tattva denotes 25 and Indu denotes 1. Jina Yama for 224, Jina plus Yama. Go Dhruti, Go plus Dhruti for 189. Khot Kruti, Kha plus Utkruti for 260. Sharati Dhruti, Shara plus Ati Dhruti for 195. And Tithi Guna, Tithi plus Guna for 315. Here the mode of expressing 3-digit numbers in Bhuta Sankhya shows a common pattern. In Tattvendu, Jinayama and Tithiguna, the first term is for a 2-digit number and the second term is for a 1-digit number. In other words, the order is reverse. Also, you can see 3 words related to prosody, namely Dhruti, Atidhruti and Utkruti have been used in this one verse. Similarly, in the verse giving the value of pi, the well-known ratio of circumference and diameter of the circle, the author has used usual numeral Dvavimshati for 22 and the object numeral Shaila for 7 in the second line, where the gross value of pi equal to 22 upon 7 is given. But in the first line, the word Bhanandagni denotes the number 3927, where Bha stands for 27, Nanda for 9 and Agni for 3. The word Kha Bana Surya denotes the number 1250, where Kha stands for 0, Bana for 5, and Surya for 12. So the value is obtained as 3927 upon 1250 equal to 3.1416, which is a better approximation of pi. Here again, two object numerals Bha and Surya have been used to denote two-digit numbers 27 and 12 respectively. Occasionally, original number words are mingled with Bhuta Sankhya's. For example, Bhaskaracharya uses the word Dashe Sharka to denote three different numbers giving values of the sides of three irregular solids. Dasha, Isha, and Arka. Dasha denotes 10, Dasha is usual numeral, and Isha 11, and Arka for 12. In another example, he uses Shat Swareshu to denote a three-digit number 576, where Shat means 6, usual numeral, Swara denotes 7, and Ishu denotes 5. But in shadow problems, again that number 576 is given, but they are different. All three Bhuta Sankhya's have been used. That compound for 576 is Rasadri Shavaha. Rasa, Adri, Ishu. Means Rasa for 6, 7 Adri, and Ishu for 5. So these are the observations, and now I make some concluding remarks. The above analysis makes it clear that although a language tool is at hand, a skilled writer like Bhaskaracharya handles it in quite careful and more effective manner. Moreover, Bhaskaracharya was an excellent teacher and knew well maxims concerning proper order of instruction. He intended to make use of Bhuta Sankhya's where it was quite necessary for metrical structure, and that particular example. Bhaskaracharya selected Bhuta Sankhya's from various branches of culture and made his teaching of mathematics culturally relevant. It was possible for him because he had excellent command over language. Culturally relevant teaching has now become more widely known and accepted method to help students excel in education. It is noteworthy that ancient Indian mathematicians like Bhaskaracharya were thinking in a similar way, and they tried to teach mathematics in the context of different cultural ideas. One of the distinctive features of Lilavati is the choice of precise and specific words, and such clever use of language can be experienced in the use of Bhuta Sankhya's too. Hence, to conclude, it can be said that Bhaskaracharya's mathematical skills and literary skills went hand in hand in Lilavati.